These conversations with my grandmother have been very eye-opening because I realized the level of expectation that I have for her is beyond her capacity. And it's not as superficial or as surface level as she thought it would be. And I think that it's starting to like really hit her. And I say this, right? Not even to put my family business out there. But I was having a conversation with my mom and my grandma because my dad died before I was born, right? My grandfather died before I was born as well. And then my great-grandfather died a little bit after I was born, right? So I'm having a conversation with my grandma, and I asked her, like, you know, after my grandfather died, he died when my mom was 14. I asked my grandma if she had gotten therapy for my sister, for my mom. You see how I'm about to call her sister, right? Because like she's my mom, but like you know how it is being in a black family, right? So I asked her, and she's like, you know, no, I didn't think about it. And not to say that she was deflecting or anything like that, but two things can be true at the same time. She was just like, you know, when your grandfather died, you know, my mother was in a hospital. She had already been in a hospital forever. You know, me and him weren't together. We were kind of separated. I got a phone call from your great-grandfather about your grandfather. So it wasn't like I got the first phone call, right? So here I go, right? Because not that I feel like it's my duty to be a curse breaker. I just kind of feel like I just am. I mean, I got 7 Capricorn placements in the 4th house. So including my sun and Saturn, right? And my Pluto is in Scorpio. So I feel like this was just a full circle moment. So she's saying like, you know, she didn't get therapy for my mom because she was kind of going through a similar thing, right? So I said, you mean to tell me if you lost your dad, your baby dad, your grandmom, and then your grandfather, and like a 10-year span, that wouldn't rock your world? Because that's essentially what happened to my mom, right? And my grandma was like, yeah, you know, but I didn't think about that because I was sacrificed doing things, right? And it was the perfect opportunity. She set it up for me in the most perfect way. And I don't think that it would have been received well by anybody else other than me, right? So I say to her, I say, you know, and this is not to take away or to make light of the sacrifices that you made, but the sacrifices that you made are you made the decision for this person to be here. So the sacrifices were inevitable, right? I literally had to tell her, and I said, this is not to attack you, and I also don't want you to feel attacked. You do not get a medal for doing the bare minimum. The bare minimum on a child that you decided to have was to take care of it and at least make sure that they didn't have to want for anything. And I think that sometimes the boomer generation doesn't comprehend that, right? Like, they make it seem like they were obligated to have kids. Y'all were duped. Nobody told you that you had to have kids if you didn't want to have kids. But because you decided to have kids, this whatever sacrifice you made after that is on you because they didn't ask to be here. I think that y'all forget that. Like, no, they didn't ask to be here. So your sacrifices, like, I get it. Your parents lied to you and told you that you should feel grateful. That you should feel grateful that you're here. You're lucky. You should feel grateful. No, it was a lie. No, you should not feel grateful that somebody brought you into a situation that not only they didn't prepare for, they had no dreams or aspirations to prepare for it. You don't have to be thankful for that. You don't have to be grateful for that. That's not something that deserves a reward. And I'm sorry to break this to you. You don't get the bare minimum. You don't get a reward for doing the bare minimum. This is what you signed up for.